titled Last Request. There's so many last requests that we have, or last things that we want people to know. And our biggest thing is the starting sentences of our verses. If I die before I can ever write it down. So if it almost was gonna be called If I Die Before I Can Ever Write It Down, but we were like, that's long. That's too long. But I still would have done it. But period. But art, because period art. But people need to be able to easily search it up. So whatever. So y'all are welcome. Yeah.
I've been on my very best behavior. I live every day like it's my last.
What's up, y'all? It's Ain't Afraid. I'm Straight, I'm Wisdom, and you already know what it is. We are the multi-talented double dose of dopeness. Welcome back to another episode of our docu-series titled Heavy Guarded Heart. If you aren't already aware, we have been dropping singles back to back, accompanied with a docu-series episode that will lead up to our release of our album, Heavy Guarded Heart. HGH. It's so exciting.
And give the rest of anything to whom
just landed in Minneapolis, and we're gonna be going on stage soon.
We are just minutes away
from joining the stage,
from getting on stage for the first time.
Hey! What you been on? Yeah! Save me from myself. Our song Last Request is about fulfilling your purpose and adding value in wherever space that you're in, and to just always leading life in your best way and doing it before it's like your time to go. You never know when it's your time to go. So fulfill every day. Live every day with purpose. The next day isn't promised, the next second isn't promised. And every time I listen to Last Request, that's the feeling I get. It's like we should feel gratefulness for the fact that we have the day we have. And because of that, we're going to live at our best, do our best, work at our best, and be the best we can be to ourselves and those around us. I just want to leave behind good. That's it. You don't even have to say my name. In Rover and Benz, I say, I'm gonna take care of the whole hood. Don't need the credits. I don't need the credits. I just want to do the good, and I want it to continue. So I want people to know the mission. I want people to know the story. I want people to know the history, but I want them to know it so that they can keep it going. In its most simplest form, the purpose that I'm working towards is goodness. And it is always that. It's goodness to benefit others, and it's goodness to benefit myself in this life and in the next life. And that is my purpose, and I live with that purpose with everything that I do, especially through Ain't Afraid. Like, y'all don't even know how mindful we get when we make decisions, and I love that. I love that about us, to keep the message and the mission pure.
So beautiful, and it is. It's very lasting. That's why I love the arts, period.
Yes, yeah. It's like the record of history. Mm-hmm. Music is the record of history. Definitely is. Yeah. Woo! I like how I've heard it somewhere before, though. That's not my own word.
Like when Kendrick was like, he had that Pac thing, and he was like, Pac was like, we just telling our homies, telling the stories about their homies.
Right.
That came before us, our ancestors and stuff like that. So sometimes music and water, stuff like that, has that memory and lineage in it. So
you gotta pass it along.
Right.
And do cool shit,
Thank you for adding that gem. In 2020, I think that's when I first got If I Die Before I Can Never Write It Down. And then I would just slowly add to it throughout the year. And then in 2021 is when I really decided to sit down with it. And it's because a lot of deaths were happening in our community. It was a lot of young people, and I didn't know them personally, but I just kept thinking, like, a lot of young people keep dying. A lot of my peers, or people in my peer groups who know these people are dying. And that's so precious. Life is so precious. And to lose it so quickly and unexpectedly, it's like, it kept bringing me back to my peace. If I die before I ever write it down. And so I decided to pour myself into that verse. What do I want to leave people with if I'm not able to say it myself? Or if I'm taken unexpectedly. And at first, I remember this was gonna be a song I wasn't even gonna be on.
Yeah.
Cause the idea at first for this album was that there were gonna be a couple songs where it's just me or just you, or if the other twin is on it, they would be perhaps background vocals so that they can be our real personal intimate pieces. But after you created your verse, I was chilling. I was like, yeah, this is great. I love that Sakina made this. This is gonna go perfect on the album. I love it. It's when you created that chorus, when it was like, take me when you please, and then I never be like it's my last. Because at first it was just the verse. It was just the verse. When you added those elements, that is what called me to say, I need to be on this song. I remember I wasn't even talking to you. I was just in the studio while Jazz was making a beat, and I was there writing. You looked over at me. You was like, "Are you writing a verse right now?" And then I remember I shared it. You was like, "I love it, and it was like we didn't even have to have that conversation about like. But I thought we were gonna. It was just like this is the body of work that we are making, and that's the thing about art is you can make a plan, but don't get too attached to it because you never know where it's gonna take you. So what's our favorite line? I have a really favorite line because I think people gloss over it, and I need to state it. You need to put it in their faces. I need to put it in their faces and state it for the people in the back. Okay. Let them know. Okay. For me personally, man, there's so many lines in this piece that I could pick out. Let me go through my verse real quick to see if I could pick a standout one. If I die before I ever write it down, I just want you to know every time you smell that I was proud. I know that we had it hard, ain't no daddies was around. Just know how we raised it, know it's something strong to keep me grounded. Just know mama really sacrificed a lot to keep us right though. She would go without some care to keep our hands flowed. I know it could get real tense up in our household. We just wanted y'all to learn to be grateful. We just wanted y'all to know that you are able. We really love you for real. We really try to instill the qualities of righteousness of the Sahabas of jail. And I pray, I hope that y'all will never lose that. Hey, please never lose that. I already know what it is. What's first line? Oh yeah. If I die before I ever write it down, I just want you to know every time you smell that I was proud. That is my favorite line because I know specifically who I'm talking to, and I think about how I'm so happy that that line will live beyond myself. So even if I'm not here tomorrow, I pray that the people I made it for are gonna be able to hear that line and hear my voice, to hear me tell them that, and I pray that it brings them joy. I pray that it brings them smiles, and I also pray that anyone listening hears that line and also takes it, smiles, connects to it, finds comfort in it, and also relates to it in a way that they choose who they want to hear that line. We dropped Last Request. We were in the sky. We had no Wi-Fi, but it was so exciting, and we performed it the next day on Concordia Stage. It was very fun because we just dropped the song and we were able to perform it live the next day, the next day. So it was really incredible. We're so grateful. You know what? This is so perfect to go into this Last Request episode because this is what we live for. We live for moments like this. When we were in the studio creating the soundtrack, the TV track for this performance, we got so hyped because everything was just lining up perfectly. We added elements to the songs that aren't in the recordings. We added parts where we got to just vibe with the crowd, have fun, get people literally jumping, y'all. It was amazing. And this is what we live for. It was amazing. We live to create moments like this. And we pray that everyone that was there had a good time and left feeling great.
Do you see all that space for people to fill up? My goodness.
That's what we want people to gather from Last Request is this life, you never know when it'll be taken away from you. And so live in it in a very, take the most out of this time that you have. The stories the life we are living right now is our story. But when we are gone, it is a story that we are not going to be able to tell. The impressions we leave on others, the impressions we leave in our work, the impressions we leave in, the way that we move, our mannerisms, our personalities, those are even bigger stories that we may not be able to tell. You know how people always say, the people around you know things about you don't know about yourself. Those are the stories I'm talking about. What are those stories? What do we want to leave the people with? And I think that's what I want people to take from this song. I feel like there's a depth to life. No matter what you believe in, there's a depth to life that everyone should tap into. And that's what this message is about. It's about tapping into the depth of life.
Just seeing that the project we've been talking about for a while now. A lot of these songs we have made last year. So in 2021, it's 2022. We're finally getting to make music videos and share them with the world. So I'm feeling really great right now. Yeah, me too. I feel so excited for everyone to just view Last Request and understand the message that we plan to give. I'm also feeling great because we have a really great team today. Everyone was so positive and energetic and creative, and it really fueled into how we executed our work. So I'm just super happy, Wait for you to see.
Thank you all so much for watching this episode, Last Request, for our docu-series titled Heavy Guarded Heart. We are so excited to have dropped this song. It's really putting us in that hip hop mood, and also spreading a beautiful message. It reminds us so much of the nostalgic years of music. We hope that you got to hear it, listen to our words, connect however you are able to. We are so grateful for you all for streaming, listening, sharing, watching. Thank you so much. And don't forget, the album Heavy Guarded Heart is coming. Heavy Guarded Heart is coming. Hey, 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 hey. We are so excited to drop that project. Thank y'all so much. We are so grateful for you all. Yo, see y'all in the next episode titled... You don't get to know that yet. Ooh, fuck. Love y'all. Peace.